Well, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go over the basics of how to use Minetest. I'm going to try and include everything that's a lot of this is going to be intuitive, but let's go over the basics of what these things mean so that when we go to play together, everyone's on the same page. So hopefully you've followed the installation instructions that I've posted for you, and make sure you check those out. They should be posted in Google Classroom. If not, go ahead and install Minecraft, and when you get it open, you're going to see this screen probably with a bunch of different options. So you have your start game. This is if you want to play on your computer, and if you just want to play on a world that you've created. To create a world, you just press new down here, and it'll randomly generate a world. If you don't like the world that is created, you can delete the world and try again until you get one that's maybe the way that you like it. And sometimes you start in snow. If you don't want to deal with snow, then you may want to restart, or that's just my personal preference. So create a new world, and you can join that. If you don't want other people to be able to join, make sure this box is unchecked, and you just want to play by yourself or potentially with someone else at your house. Okay, so this software is available on Android, iOS, all sorts of stuff, and Mac and PC too. So this is how you start a game, and this is what I'm going to be doing for our class server. I'm going to be starting a game, and I'm going to give you guys the information to be able to join the game. But if you want to make your own world, like at home, this is where you would do that, in the Start Game tab. The Join Game tab is where you can join servers that are on the internet, which, I wouldn't mess around with this a whole lot. I'm not encouraging you to necessarily, because you don't know who you're playing with, so you got to be careful there. For our class, I'm encouraging you to just use your own world that you've created, or join one that join the one for our class server. Okay, so how do you join a game for our class? You're going to go to Join Game tab. You're going to type in the address and the port. Address I will give you. The port, I'm going to give you that via your email probably, or during our meeting. The port is 30,000 for our classroom server, and then you get to choose the name of your character. So for the keeping things simple, please just use your first name so I can tell who's who in the server. So this is not the name of the server. This is the name of your character, and you can actually choose a password for that character. And what that's going to prevent is other people from choosing your name in the server. It shouldn't be a huge problem with our group because we have such a small group, but it's going to prevent other people from joining with your name and having your privileges. So you usually want to create a password and just keep it simple. So this is your character name. This is the password for your character. And when you're ready to join with the class, you're going to plug in all the information here, your name, your password, and the address and the port, and press connect, and you'll be dropped into our server. Super. To start a game, again, when I'm starting a game, we have a couple different options. You've got this thing called creative mode, which is what we are going to be using for our class. So normally when you play this game, it's kind of like it's what's called a sandbox game. So if you're not playing in creative mode, you start with nothing, and you have to go and collect basic materials and then combine those materials and craft them into the other necessary tools that allow you to create more different things. So we're not going to do that because that takes a lot of time. We're going to be using creative mode because I want you guys to be focusing on design of our problem solving. And so creative mode gives you all of the pieces for it. It would be like if we were playing Legos and I had an infinite number of every Lego piece for you to build from. So that's what creative mode is like. So you have every piece in the game that you can choose from. Yeah, that's how it works. I'm going to have damage disabled, so you can't die in the game. I'm not going to announce the server. I only want people from our class in the server. Please do not share the server information with anybody else at our school. Just our classmates should be the only ones that have that information. Okay. Yeah, and if you have a character created, you can type your password in here too, so someone on your computer can't play on the character that you have created. Well, cool. I think we've got a lot of stuff. Name, password, we went over that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in and take a look. All right, so you should see it starting to load up the server. These worlds are randomly generated here, but this is what the world looks like. My computer is bogging down a little bit because, well, it's a school-issued computer, and I'm recording a video and trying to play a game simultaneously. So this is what the game looks like. I'm going to go over some of the basics here. Controls. I put my, if you're not a computer gamer, put ring finger and pointer finger on A and D, and then your middle finger operates W and S. So moving is WASD, forward and back, and then strafing left and right are A and D. All controls can be accessed by pressing the I button, which is inventory. In your inventory, you have there are 21 pages of different items that we can use in the game. They're like our Lego blocks, so to speak. Okay, so I would recommend you guys play with a mouse. It's going to be a lot harder to do without one. For left clicking and right clicking, and mouse is just going to be way easier on your hand. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you kind of the basic controls. You press I, it shows your inventory. You can grab things that you want from here and drag them onto your bar. So I'm going to go ahead and grab maybe like one of these bricks. I'll grab a chest, and I'm going to go up and grab some tools. I'll grab a pick. Okay. All right, so if you want to, you can use the number keys at the bottom to cycle through. So number 1 is the bricks, number 2 is the chest, number 3 is your pick. Picks are for digging. You actually don't have to have a pick. You can just use your hand if you want to start the game, but it's, I think, a little bit slower. So to go ahead and dig, you're going to use the left click option. You'll see the box start to break apart, right? If I wanted to access, you'll see that the dirt is now on my menu down there. If I want to place the dirt back in, you get the dirt and then right click. Okay, so maybe I want to mine this out like so. Maybe I want to replace it with bricks. So you can come in and place bricks in its place, and if you want to get rid of the bricks, mine them out, so on and so forth. Does that make sense? Oops, I don't know why I asked. This is a video. Okay, great. I have the time set, so on our class server, so it does get dark at night in the game, and you will need torches to be able to see. To get to those, you can go to the inventory and you can select all, and then come down in the search, type torch, and then it'll show the different options. So we should have daylight all the time on our server based on how I have the settings. But yeah, that's how this works. So this game is extremely customizable. In creative mode, we're all about design. If you want to have the ability to fly in the game, I can grant that to you, and you'll be able to just jump straight up. That will be spacebar. So jump without flying enabled is spacebar, but with flying enabled, you just press and hold spacebar and you'll go up, and to go down, you'll hold shift. Let's go to If you want to see the controls, all you do is press escape, and it says all the controls. It says space is jump or climb, shift is to go down, or to sneak. To give somebody an item, let's say someone can't find an item in the menu and you find it, you can drop it for them with Q, and then they can pick it up by clicking on it. Inventory, you look with your mouse, and if you want to type to somebody, press T, and a dialog box will come up. And you can go ahead and type whatever you want, and that message will appear at the top of the screen for people to read. So as we're playing, we should have kind of a voice chat going, but you also should be able to type to people as well. I think that's a lot of the big stuff. Inventory controls. We went over controls. Your inventory, how to get items. Items behave differently. As you can see, it's getting dark. I'm going to go ahead and change the time back to morning. There's the sun. Look at that. You can see it moving throughout the sky. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to my inventory. I'm going to get rid of my search here and grab all sorts of... There are many different items and what they do. So if you're not sure, just grab it and put it down on the ground and see what happens. So one of the things we're going to be able to do in here is we'll be able to work with circuits. There are lots of logical circuits that we can use, and we're going to be using these things called, I don't know how you say it, mesicons, or mescons, or something like that. It's a made-up word, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But you'll see them throughout here. So I just type in cons and search, and you'll get all these different, it's mesicon, and there's different configurations for those and the directions that they go. There are ones that are insulated and ones that are not insulated. If I run over here and run and jump, you can lay down circuitry and you can lay down power sources with solar panels, and we'll be able to build circuits that can, power lights and stuff inside of our creations. So what are my expectations for you when we're doing this? Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go over tools really fast. These are all the tools that you can use. You have the main things that we're going to need. Really, you probably just need a pick is going to be the main one. Diamond picks are going to last the longest. They won't break. And what is that? Yeah, you can actually do programming in here as well, and I haven't figured that out quite yet. One thing to keep in mind is this program is so Minecraft was originally created, I think, as an open source program. I mean, anyone can take and redistribute the code. So this game was effectively copied from Minecraft, but it has a lot of differences as well in like some of the mods and that are available. If you enjoy this game, consider supporting the actual Minecraft developers. I mean, they're filthy, stinking rich at this point, but still, they've made a fantastic, simple game for creativity to take place. So what are my expectations for this unit and what we're doing? We are going to build a makeshift town with utilities in a server that I've created on my other computer. And I just want you guys to focus on the design component and focus on taking time to be creative. I think that's the most important thing for us. I want you to kind of exercise your brain and being creative during this section, and we're going to be working together cohesively as a unit. So we're going to be discussing plans during class time, and then your assignment throughout the week is going to be accomplish those plans. So we'll take a vote, and then we'll get to work and we'll start doing what we need to. So we're going to start with a blank canvas, so to speak, and we are going to kind of shape the land as a group with a plan, but your ideas are going to be very, very important. So please look at the assignment before you come to class and come with ideas so that we can all move forward together and use class time wisely to vote on ideas and brainstorming and whatnot. Okay, so that's all I've got for my first video here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that was helpful on the basics of the game. You could probably have figured most of that out on your own, but some of my expectations in there I think are also important. So yeah, we like access the chest here. Lay down a chest, and then if you right click, oh yeah, you can store stuff in the chest, but that doesn't really matter because you can get any item that you want. To use an item is typically right click and left click will pick it back up. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. See you later.